the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the visiting team and these guys defending their home turf. On the visitor's sideline, a look at their head coach. This side should be coming in with some fresh legs after their bye last week. In the same role on the other side, a look at their head coach. These guys also coming off a bye, so no rest advantage for either team in this one. Kate Scott and Brock Ewer on the call with you today. Ball teed up and ready. And here we go on EA Sports. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
Pete, I know you get tired of hearing me say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true. Taking the reins of an NFL team as a young quarterback, you want the game to slow down. And the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team game in and game out.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. They're going play action. Finds him over the middle. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Throwing the out route, complete. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Walker now from the gun. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They get 23 on that one. And that's going to bring up first down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Throwing from the gun here. Finds a man right side. And talk about a good gain when they needed it. So that's 13 on 2nd down. Now only a yard to go here on 3rd. Walker trying to run for the first. And they stop him just in time. He's at the 4. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. He'll call his own number. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Pass play on 1st and goal. Here's a screen now for Walker. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Another chance at 6. It's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal. At the 2-yard line.
Fullback trying to power him across. Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss back at the 3. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
And he carries it in for the touchdown. These guys finish up excellent opening series. coaching staff's got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they control the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. He fields it from the end. Escapes a defender. This makes it up to 25. So they come on offense now, ready for their opening drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career. This third-year QB.
And he doesn't have the advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
They try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pressure's on him, and it's going to get home. He's dropped. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Oftentimes, these early exchanges are just a feeling out process for rushers and blockers. But they can also set the tone for the battles the rest of the game. And that defender, you know, with an early win, he's feeling really good about himself.
Third and long for him here. He has the first over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. How about 29 yards on that play, partners? They get the chains reset.
The 49-yard line.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Completed over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll go play action. That one's complete right side. And he works this to the 38 before going down. All set now. 1st and 10.
First down. A gain of 4 yards.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He dodged the tackle. Good running here on 1st down as he works his way forward for about 8.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
To the line and set. Here we go. 1st down.
A gain of 19 yards. The result is a
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's tackled for a short gain.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down from the gun. Makes the catch. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Now on 4th down, they're out to try for the field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score, maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home teams and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And that touchdown to begin the game, another for him with his legs this season. As you see, he's among the scoring leaders for quarterbacks. Now put one of the tight ends in motion. Looking on first down. Caught quickly on the slant. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 35-yard line.
Looking for a pass on second and short. Has him on the quick hitter. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. We've set of downs from 37. They go play action on first down. Get some space around midfield. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And this drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he stopped for loss of yardage. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. 7-3 is our score. More coming up after this quick break. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter two. They have second down behind the sticks. Short pass brought in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 9.
Here he goes, third and long. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
So here comes this offense for its second series of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Here's a dive up the middle. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops. They'll come up on first and 10.
It's a gain of 10.
Throwing now off the play action. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Here's a throw. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
Third and long. They're going to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
And a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They are throwing it again. He's throwing deep to the left side. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
It leads to second and 10.
Oh, he shovels it forward, complete. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still third down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
A gain of 10 brings up third and
He's going to keep this one. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Blown back gets the handoff. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Setting up to throw. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That's another first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Moving on into the red zone. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal. So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's in for the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one right down the middle. And his guys push their lead to 3.
Our home team, 7.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Return coming from the 6. Jukes away from 1. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. They'll throw to start the drive. Caught out left. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Trying to throw this from the gun. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Trying to get it with the option. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Now an inside give to Walker. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Now come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Pass play now. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Finds him over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll air it out on 3rd. He's got it over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it looks like they got it back. They did. Offense maintains possession.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
2nd down pass play coming. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25. So a tough 3rd down upcoming. We've reached our 2-minute warning. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Gotta figure out this third down here. Dropping back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And this is going to be fourth down, Brock. He's out of bounds well shy of what they needed there. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. So fourth down, and out comes the field goal unit. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it'll knock this game up late in the second quarter.
What a season this guy is having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. And dose of the hurry up here.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
First down, play action. Throwing this one back of the end zone. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
It's second down and 10.
Pass play coming here. Hits him on the in route. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It's a gain of 6. And it's third down.
Shotgun now on third down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable in an incomplete.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Now this offense ready to head back out. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Offense in the hurry up here.
Gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Working now from the gun. Brought in right side. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Now here he goes. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. 2nd and 3 now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's keeping it again. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing from the gun. Brought in by Turner. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Before we can get a snap on second down, they call timeout.
Second and inches at the 23-yard line.
Now looking to throw. Did not like what he was seeing, Bronson. He's just going to hurl this one away. Let's see how that last incompletion affects this third down call. The motion a receiver left. From the gun on third down. Has it at the 7. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
From the red zone on 1st. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
So the incompletion first. Here is 2nd and goal.
To second and goal.
Throwing it again here. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Out of the end zone.
Last two passes haven't worked out. Another one likely coming. It's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. So a bit stubborn there, Brock. just kept throwing for it after pass fell incomplete. Now they've got 4th and goal.
Yeah, and you and I both know what's going to happen. When these old linemen run off the sidelines, the big fellas, they're not going to be too happy about not putting one run on the board.
No, sir. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they've taken back the lead.
Kate, if you're not going to pay a methodical drive off the touchdown, that's the second best thing you could do. You could take all the time down, put points on the board, maybe a little momentum heading into halftime.
Here's the final play of our first half.
At their own 35-yard line.
He's back to throw. He lobs this up left sideline, looking for something big. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime reports. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. This return starts at the 5. Escapes the defender. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive of the second half. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. Back-to-back carries here. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, turnover escapes him. It's going to be third down. To the air on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see him roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 49-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Still has some space inside the 35. And they bring him down after what he thought was a great game, but officials are saying he had some extra help. We got a flag down. I think this might be a hold, partner. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. He's going to throw it again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now.
Leads to 3rd down and 5.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And this nearly got there, but he hit the sideline just short. This is going to be 4th and about a yard to go.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
And this one sails out. No return on the punt. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. One of the tight ends in motion left. Walker on first down. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
First and 10.
So first down from the 41. He'll look to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
Throwing now off the play action. Caught, nice gain left side. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. They got 21 yards on the play. And that is good for a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Handoff to Walker from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Now nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the 20-yard line.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
It's a gain of 3.
They'll throw 3rd and long. And in he goes for the touchdown. These guys push their lead further to start the half. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys make it a 10-point ball game. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. He fields it from the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Now outruns their offense to take over. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Only took him one play, Brock, and they have already made it to the 40-yard line. To the air now on 1st and 10. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he gets through for a 7-yard gain. The tackle made at the 47.
To number 15. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 7.
Throwing from the gun here.
At the 47-yard line.
Throwing the out route complete. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down. He has it on the QB sneak. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a new set of downs.
Result is a 1st down.
Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is going to be play number 8 of this drive as they set up for 3rd and 5. Trying to throw this from the gun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time Well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
This makes it up to the 25. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Drive begins with a walker run. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Second down pass play coming. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and out it's third down. Back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. He'll get 16 yards on that play, and that gives him the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. 4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's the lone back on the handoff. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Going option, headed left on this first down. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. That's 16 on the pickup. And that means first down.
At the 22-yard line.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Here's a screen now for Walker. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a first and goal. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It'll still be just a one-score game when we resume play. All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. They give up the gut to Walker. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Brought in. And that play is brought to a halt. They're going to say at the 5-yard line. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Slot receivers headed left. Third down from the gun. And he is in. Touchdown. These guys go up by 2 scores. 13 points in the 4th. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays, to have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And his guys double their lead to 14. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Has this at the 6. He dodged the tackle. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense headed back to the field. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. First call here coming from the shotgun. Handoff now out of the gun. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Cool thing about drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a set of downs.
We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Here he is on 3rd and short. And reels in the shallow throw. Manages a gain of 3 there. And they're going to have a first down now.
It's a gain of 3.
Back to throw now. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Owen back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they hit him along the sideline there. Pickup of 9, so 2nd and 1 upcoming.
Bonds at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up
Give now to the running back. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming.
no gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and
7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down. Gonna keep this one and go. And he's gonna be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down. New set of downs for him. It starts at 38. Running it now out of the gun. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line. From the red zone on 1st. To the end zone, but incomplete. Couldn't get it. That's going to set up 2nd and goal.
brings up 2nd and goal.
He's dropping back to throw. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man. Touchdown. These guys now within 1 score in the 4th. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. There was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he found his man.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised decision, but when you give your receiver a chance, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust your guys are better than theirs.
That one right down the middle. And these guys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Visitors 20.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? To throw here on 1st down. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that gives him a 1st down. Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45. First down, play action. That's low and bounces short of his man.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted, even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Throwing again on second. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Sticking to the air here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here's Walker running right. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. Call it a handful on that run. Now it's second and goal from the 4.
Brings up second and goal.
Looking in the air here. Setting up the running back screen. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. And it's incomplete on third and goal. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that forces them to fourth and goal. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Throwing now out of the shotgun. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up second down. He's going to throw it. Short pass brought in. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
A gain of 18 on the play. Result is a first down.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. He's going to throw this one. Dumped off to his running back. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks.
Still sticking with the passing game. Looking for his back, but it will not find him. That's incomplete. Brings up third down. Third and long for him here. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Desperation time here. He connects downfield. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Offense to the line fast.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Working now from the gun. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
It moves to second and 10.
They are throwing it again. Throw left side, complete. And he stopped just shy of that first down at the 28. Third down upcoming.
A gain of 9 brings up.
Looking to throw on third and 1. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. And a first down.
From the red zone now. Has some room to work. He has the touchdown. These guys make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the fourth. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. To the air now on 1st and 10. That one's complete over the middle. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They send a man in motion. This is Walker on second. Has some daylight through the 40. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he takes it down to the 33. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning. First down now, ball at the 33. Walker now from the gun. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Second down, Walker's going to get it again. And he can't escape, Brock. They lose yards, but defensively, no timeouts left to stop the clock and take advantage.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
On 3rd down, Walker. Well, not a chance at all as he is met at the line on this one. That's going to be 4th and very long. We've got a break in the action. Looks like someone was shaken up on the play. Medical personnel out now to attend to him. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. Got all of it, and this is good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Another drive coming up for this offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Finds the in route complete. And this is brought to a stop up at, let's say, the 34-yard line there.
A gain of 12.
He'll look to throw it. Completed to his running back. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
And he spikes it to stop the clock just before we reach that 40-second mark. Just over 40 seconds to play as they line up. 2nd and 10. Setting up to pass. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Such a huge point of emphasis for so many defenses, clogging up the middle of the field. They saw that receiver enter the middle and did a terrific job of baiting the quarterback into the throw, and an even better job of forcing the interception.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It was a great effort from our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.